This podcast is a part of the Royal We Network.
Spit on me. This podcast is brought to you by Audible.com.
Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/RoyalWeCast.
They have over 180,000 different titles to choose from for your iPod,
iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. A book that we recommend is Born Standing Up by Mr. Steve Martin.
Yep.
Yep. Science, stamp it. Boop. So you say, I sound like Jar Jar Binks when I speak Chinese. That's the claim you are making right now. When I speak Chinese, I
speak Chinese. You said the white devil said pookie hookie.
Can you? Well, okay, well, I'm not even going to try that.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't even, I'm going to call this when I say, Jar Jar. The thing I immediately thought was crazy racist. What is something that rhymes with?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Immediately. Immediately.
I know. Listen.
Okay.
That's just where the brain went. It's where the brain went.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to call it Jar Jar epitaph removed. Anyway, so Montag and I just recently got back from Cambodia. Yeah, we went to Cambodia. We came back and we were talking just kind of casually to one of my, a friend of the show, Buta, and his wife. And they were saying that while we were there.
Yeah, Beautifacts.
Yeah, friend of the show, Beautifacts. They were saying that while we were there, that we should have told the family that we were going to Cambodia. Now, are you ready? Are you ready for this, Taylor?
I'm ready.
I'm not sure you're ready.
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
There's this little, okay. I don't know how to lay this out in a way.
It's just jump into it. It's a kid who
we were in Cambodia. They were like, oh, I wish we had known that you were going there because our kid's been having a hard time paying attention in school. So we took her to speak to a shaman who said the reason that she's having a hard time in school is that part of her soul is missing. And that her soul has somehow ended the shaman, according to the shaman, her soul has ended up in Cambodia.
Yeah. So a part of this little girl's soul is like, fuck this, I'm out. I'm going to Cambodia. And now she can't concentrate in class because a part of her soul went to Cambodia. And they're trying to get Sam.
They wanted me to bring...
You can get her soul back?
They wanted me to bring a lock of her hair to burn at a temple there.
And then and somehow that would... But I don't know how the logistics of this work. I mean, how do you know you have it?
Her dad is an ER surgeon.
Yeah.
How do you know you have it? How do you know that you have the soul back?
Yeah.
I guess you'd start focusing in school.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, how do you know? But how do you know you got it? How do you know you did it right? Like when you went there and you burned the hair, like, do you know?
Oh, they blame me. They're like, well, what the fuck, Sam? She's still not paying attention. Did you do it right?
Did you get a ghost soul receipt?
Shaman's like, he didn't do it right. Did you have a white man do it?
Yeah, because that's not going to work.
Who brought it to? Was he wearing sandals and socks?
Yeah, it was a guy. It was a guy next to like the corner store selling flip flops. That wasn't a man you should trust.
I like to think you're just sitting on the plane ride home, holding just a Ziploc bag all puffed up full of air, like there's a soul in it.
Give it back to her.
Just give it back to her.
She's got to open it and breathe it real quick.
Oh yeah, there's that attention span.
You can make good money on eBay with those bagged souls.
There are a bunch of those in Cambodia. There's souls all over the place.
Yeah, apparently they're drifting all over, in and out. Can you just pick up? So what if part of your soul left and went to Cambodia?
How did your soul fracture? What is she making, Horcruxes or something? Why is her soul flying all over the world?
Yeah, what's she getting into?
What is it about school that caused her soul to split in twain?
Well, I don't know. If anything's going to cause it, it would probably be like math class or something.
Yeah, like
damn it, fractions.
Algebra.
Yeah,
fractions. I mean,
guys, this might explain my lifelong struggle with math in general, but most school.
Me too.
Fuck, I think my soul's in Cambodia, or at least part of it is.
Yeah, mine bailed in like third grade.
Well, Nate and I are going on like a world tour right now to try to find the pieces of a soul. We got to collect them all.
Yep.
Can you look for mine, please? Look for the piece of my soul that understands basic math.
You need to send us a picture of it.
Yeah, and you just send us a lock of your hair so we can burn it when we find it.
Okay, yeah.
I guess you have to go somewhere where the soul is, to a holy place, and then burn the hair.
I guess. Maybe that
Why
attracts.
Cambodia?
Because, Cambodia is a huge religious
hotspot.
Hotspot.
It's like a hotbed of religious activity.
It's where the world touches the
religious world. That's where they touch. It's like the island in Lost.
So souls just like when they get tired of doing whatever, they go to Cambodia.
Well, there's like these huge like castle ground complexes of like Buddhist and Hindu temples. Like
That's got to be prime Ghostbuster territory.
that's where the ghosts are. If there's anywhere in the world where there's ghosts, it's there for sure.
You think?
I mean,
I guess.
well,
Like I've always said that thing may be an old Indian burial ground, but then when we realize that actually all of America is an old Indian burial ground, then everything's just haunted.
that's true. Do you think anyone would have do you think anyone would have given me a hard time? Any like the guards of the stuff in the temple if they saw me pull out like a lock of hair and light it on fire?
Probably not, because I mean, if it's
Probably
that
not,
common of
yeah.
a thing.
Is that you think that's a common enough thing?
Well, it has to be for that guy to have said that, and the doctor dad just being
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? No. Relax. My friend's kid's soul is somewhere here because she's fucking up. She's fucked up reading. She can't. She's failing. So don't worry about it. It's fine. They're like, no, okay, it's cool. We get it. We get it.
Oh, her soul.
Oh, we get it.
There's two cues. There's two lines. There's one to actually see the temple, and there's one if you're seeing the temple and reclaiming a soul.
Trying to get a
So you
soul
can
back.
get it's kind of.
Well, we're about to go. We're about like literally as soon as this podcast is done recording, we're getting in a cab to go to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys. So the cab is scheduled to arrive at noon.
Well, we haven't actually called anyone.
This is real loose.
You guys are like, where are you guys staying? And we're like, well, have you guys called the cab? No.
You guys live fast and loose. I admire it.
Well, here's our Hong Kong plans. You guys ready? Mm-hmm. Or you guys? By you guys, I mean Taylor.
That was like good news to me too.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Taylor, this is
He's
what,
like, oh, I'm going too. Great. Let me pack a bag.
Nope.
we got invited to a European birthday party that's apparently an all-you-can-eat cheese buffet,
Cheese and drink.
Wow.
Wine and cheese,
So that is
maybe.
real. Oh my goodness.
and it's apparently crazy expensive. Like it's like $60 USD. But I mean, for all-you-can-eat cheese, that's I guess.
Well, maybe I imagine there's maybe more stuff than cheese. You think?
Oh yeah, I think maybe she was just meant. But why did she make a point to say the cheese?
Because the cheese is where it's at.
Well, maybe they don't eat a lot. I mean, there's not a ton historically of cheese in a lot of Asian dishes. Maybe it's like a big deal to have so much
Yeah,
cheese.
Hong Kong's pretty European. I guess it's British or ruled by Britain
Yeah.
and their cheesemongers, the great cheesemongers of the
About
past.
British cheesemongers.
I think that's how it works in the history books.
The ruthless British cheesemongers.
Man, we're gonna
with
get off a plane.
steep
We're gonna. This is our next like 6 hours. We're doing this podcast. We're gonna get on a plane, go to Hong Kong, fill up with cheese, and just be like, well, now what?
Yeah. It's cheese and booze, all you can drink.
I bet you if we fill ourselves up just right, we won't have to eat anything else over there.
No, we'll have to eat sometime the next day. We don't leave until the next evening.
One time, my grandma sent me she just sent me this fancy Portuguese cheese I like, and I didn't have any money or anything. I think I had money, but I didn't want to go to the grocery store. I don't know what happened, but I was in Florida, I was in college, and I just ate the whole wheel of cheese as a meal.
You don't need an excuse for that. We've all been there.
When I took a burl, it was white.
It was just cheese.
It was just cheese.
What?
Yeah.
I burrowed white like a bird.
Yeah. like or like one of those white like E.T. when he was sick.
Yeah, I look like sick ET.
I shit like sick ET. Oh. You probably introduced your body to so much new bacteria just with that one fucking wheel of cheese.
Yeah. Why did
Some
that-
say it's what made me the man that I am.
Yeah.
I'm more bacteria than cheese now, or man now.
I'm more. Yeah, I did the same thing with a big block of government cheese one time. I had a roommate that kept going on about government cheese. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, you can just go get these big blocks of government cheese. I was like, what do you mean?
What does that mean?
I guess it's like cheap.
Like American cheese, cheese byproduct oil.
This was like a big block of just like cheddar cheese.
Yeah.
And he came home one day with this giant 3-pound block of cheese. And the same way, over the course of that day and the next morning, we ate that entire
You
block of
ate
cheese.
all the cheese.
We ate all the government cheese.
God.
These are
I didn't burl anything for about 6 days. I was getting worried. I was like, man, I feel terrible. I'm swelling up. I stole fizzy lifting cheese.
What's great is I love the apparently in our world, serving sizes are wheels and blocks. One serving is how many blocks? Well, there's one block is one serving size. One wheel.
A wheel of cheese.
No one eats cheese by the wheel. Oh, except for those. What are those? Those Bay Bells. Those little
Baby,
wheels.
oh yeah, Baby Bells.
Baby Bells. Those are a little wheel.
Yeah,
Some cheeses are super expensive. I mean, like I've eaten cheese by the wheel, but it cost me a pretty penny. This wasn't no government cheese.
Talking about balling out of control. We're talking about eating cheese by the wheel.
Eating cheese by the wheel. That's how you know you've made it, whatever it may be.
I like to imagine someone just clicked onto this mixer and they're like, what is this royal we? Like royal we, talking about like, they're like, well, monarchy, royalty. We're just like talking about eating fine European cheeses by the wheel. Like, what is this podcast?
And dying in our hooved tubs. Clawed, wait, not hooved. Hooved.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
What kind of guys got tubs with hooves over there? Damn. Eating cheese by the wheel and hooved tubs.
Can we talk about the Large Hadron Collider incident? This has been
the Large Hadron Collider incident. Yeah. Yes, Nathan.
I saw some. I haven't actually found out what this really was that occurred. So please, someone spin me a yarn.
Well, Nathan, in his complete control of all electronic devices, tried to send me the link on Facebook and posted it to his wall somehow.
Yeah, I was like, because I started reading it because I was like, this is kind of funny, and I started reading the article, and it just got progressively funnier. Until I was like, holy shit! Like, what is going on in the world that we've got? Okay, so the Large Hadron Collider, which is the largest particle accelerator on the planet.
What does it do? What does that do, Nathan?
It accelerates particles, man. Nate, what it does is in the title.
What country is it in?
Switzerland?
Sweden?
Sweden?
Yeah, somewhere
and
like
it's
that.
like, what, 50, in the teens of miles and around? Anyway, they fire particles around this thing at the speed of light and collide them, make basically little tiny black hole, little Big Bangs to study them.
Yeah.
So this is like the pinnacle of
That's how they make every episode of Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, just the byproduct of actually making tiny Big Bangs is just a full episode of the Big Bang Theory. Those people don't even exist in our universe. They only exist.
They live and die every episode.
Yeah.
Come into existence just to say, what is it? Bazinga? I almost said shaboinga.
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 That's if they power it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's just a glimpse into their world and a front to the Lord. Like,
Yeah.
just like... Look what we've done with science. We've created this sitcom.
They just instantly, they're just born in that brief moment of brilliance when we fire two particles at the speed of light into
And
each other.
people like band together to stop them from turning the machine on. Like, we get no more.
Yeah, come on,
The deleted scene is like, what is it, fucking Sheldon? Just he's delivering a line, turns to the camera, and just says, "What is the meaning of my existence?" And they'd be like, "Oh,
Well,
cut."
If you think about it, it makes a lot of sense because they're all scientists.
If you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. You're right.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense, Nathan, that this machine that fires particles at the speed of light, when the particles hit each other, it makes full episodes of an edited sitcom that we enjoy.
That's what I stopped myself yesterday because I had the honest thought in my head. I had a legitimate thought in my head. I was like, man, that'd be funny if that would be funny because we were talking about going, maybe visiting some people in Australia, like the Huntsman. And his nickname's the Huntsman, like the big spider that lives there. I thought it'd be funny if we went to visit and stayed with him. And then we wore out our welcome because we like walked into the bathroom or something one day unexpectedly. And instead of him there was a gigantic man-sized huntsman spider putting on a man suit. And he was like, yeah, I think it's time for you guys to leave. And then I stopped myself from saying that out loud because I was thinking like, oh, that's the thing that could happen. Then I was like, what are you talking about, Nate? Let's not, these things only happen. Okay.
So what's going on?
The way that you just described that situation, like, yeah, the Huntsman, that's the name of that big spider that lives down there. Like, there's a big giant spider who goes by the Huntsman.
Have you ever read about Australia?
Who just lives in Australia.
He runs a gas station, like somewhere out in the outback.
And we're friends with him.
Yeah, he's got 8 arms. One has a magazine, one has a cigarette, one has a beer,
one has a wrench,
one has a wrench.
He's strong. Yeah. Is my friend.
Yeah. Anyway, Large Hadron Collider. So it shut down the other day, and they couldn't figure out what. There's a massive electrical failure, and they're like, "What the hell?" They couldn't figure out what went around. So they had to go all the way around the perimeter of this thing to locate the problem. And they found where this chewed through wire and the charred remains of an animal, to which these scientists said, we haven't tested it yet, but they quote, we think it's some sort of weasel, probably. So this weasel got in and chewed through and shut down the pinnacle of man's technology at the moment. And this weasel, but they're like, oh, this isn't the first time this has happened. There was another time back in like 2008 or something.
This is mind-boggling.
Where a bird apparently flying over, dropped a baguette into some sensitive electrical systems and shut it down again. There's so okay. So what? Why? Why is the electronics open to baguettes? Like you think of
You would think that it wouldn't be open to drop.
how can stuff just fall into it?
Why are there birds with baguettes? Why are there birds with baguettes in front of?
That's the most fucking European bullshit I've ever heard in my entire life.
That is true. That doesn't happen in America.
Fucking bird dropped a baguette into a particle accelerator and shut down operations?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Guys, what if that weasel was trying to
wheel of
save us?
cheese hasn't ended up in there.
That's great. That's an interesting point. Maybe. Oh, I like the idea that that's like, if you wrote this into a movie, like imagine if like Terminator Salvation starts with this, like, and this is how the machines came sentient. A bird dropped a piece of bread on a machine.
Yeah, we do horseshit.
Like, fuck you, but like,
imagine if that fucked with to the point to where they were mid like accelerating some particles and it did something and it just created a black hole and just destroyed the entire solar system. You know what I mean?
And then like scholars millions of years in the future are like, wow, there was a civilization back here.
Like
but
aliens came by and were like, well, I wonder what happened. And they
use their technology to see into the past, and they just see a bird dropping bread on a machine, and they're like, they're like, no, this thing must be broken. That's not what happened.
Well, that was pretty coincidental, wasn't it? That their things just lined right up for them to fuck right off. Yeah, but I'm like,
I'd say on the other side of that though, what if these animals like are putting off a catastrophic event?
They're trying to stop it.
Like we would have destroyed our civilization by now if this fucking bird hadn't dropped a baguette and this weasel hadn't burrowed into the system.
You would think that if nature was trying to stop a catastrophic event, there are better champions of nature than weasels and birds with baguettes.
We don't know, man. We don't know the plot to this action movie that nature's playing out, apparently. Apparently, there's this whole scheming. There's plans. It was like, many weasels died retrieving the plans to the Large Hadron Collider.
The Hadron Collider is like the Death Star, and the weasels are the rebels.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, my God. You touched on something here.
Are we the bad guys?
I guess, man.
To nature? Yeah.
Yeah.
To nature? Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, basically.
We just moved in there and set up some sort of gigantic, crazy machine.
Isn't that cool? The humans, not only have they destroyed this planet, but it looks like they're possibly trying to destroy the universe. So that's awesome now.
That's cool.
You know what? I don't really want this baguette. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, but the Large Hadron Collider, the port appears to be ray shielded, so we'll have to use long baguettes.
One of my favorite Troy McClure things on The Simpsons is, "Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might know me from such projects as Man vs. Nature: The Path to Victory."
Yeah.
I just like the idea that there's all this technology and all of this equipment, but they can't keep weasels out of it.
All right, best laid plans of mice and men, man.
Yeah.
Go on.
I don't know. Maybe the mice are working with the men. The best laid plans of mice and.
I mean, what if it's other humans training these animals? Yeah, something's good. I don't trust this situation. Shit is weird.
Whoa! If that was the whole environment, that was the actual key to the environmentalist movement. Was there? If they're actually working, they've got technology.
They're working with animals to
bring down.
Well, I don't think environmentalists really care about the Large Hadron Collider. I don't think they're like standing like in a human chain around it. Like, no, they're standing in the middle of the particle tube. Like, you're gonna have to fire particles through us.
Yeah. Like that guy had actually stuck his head in the damn thing. What's going on over there?
He did it on accident, though.
Yeah.
It depends on the particles. My boyfriend, that's what he does. He works. He's a physicist. He's an applied physicist.
We need to get him and ask.
Why isn't he on the podcast answering all of our queries?
Because he's in Oklahoma City, actually in one of the centers while there's a fucking tornado going on. But it's the safest place.
Nature's trying to stop him.
That's what I'm getting at. You guys. Nature's like, fuck this. Stop firing particles into shit. And
why are you firing particles?
Into people with cancer. It's like literally, he works on beams that shoot protons into people who have cancer to kill the cancer.
God, I thought you said beans. It took me like 4 seconds to figure it out. And I was like, okay, wait. What talk about some bean technology.
And she would have never mentioned that to us. She never mentioned that her boyfriend fires beans at people to cure cancer.
No, they've worked on beans that fire particles. Particle beans.
Particle beans.
Particle beans, exactly.
And her, I was gonna say her husband. Her husband's at the forefront of the research.
Open up a nice can of particle beans and fixins at your next.
You got you a case of the cancer? Open up this here can and
This can of beans.
Particle beans and fixins.
Pour them right on.
But what
The hell were we talking about?
but the people.
Nature's trying to stop particles.
What I mean is, so there's all this like hokey stuff. You always hear these stories of like man sticking his head inside the particle collider. You know, weasels stopping it, birds with baguettes.
You know, all those
Birds with baguettes isn't just a hokey story. That seems fantastical. To me.
Sure. But what I mean is, so like, you know, it's a numbers game, right? So when you hear about these things, there's so many people, so many things happening in the world. When you build a facility that is multiple kilometers long, when it's like 30 kilometers long in diameter,
right?
There's there's more goof grease touching it, dripping on it.
That's pure goof grease. We've not talked about it in a while. That is the definition of goof grease.
Birds dropping baguettes on machinery.
Birds dropping baguettes into particle accelerators. Not just a fucking. We're not talking about a earth mover, some big digger somewhere. We're talking about.
You know, I don't know anything about how it works, but I imagine, here's my layman's mentality of how the particle accelerator works. So I don't know what a particle is. I imagine it's just a real tiny piece of something. And they...
Yeah.
So then
you're not wrong.
They get it in they just get a real greasy tube and they make it real long. And you know, like Hot Wheels, there's those two wheels that spin on either side.
I don't think there's any grease in it.
They've got real big wheels spinning really fast and they're really close together. And they just start feeding stuff through it until the particle gets fired off at the right angle.
They're using grease and Hot Wheels technology to create big bangs, to make the Big Bang Theory.
Making big bangs.
Big theory.
They're making tiny big bangs.
Well, it wouldn't be big bangs, it'd be small bangs.
Be tiny bangs. The tiny bang. That's a good name for a band.
Tiny bangs.
Tiny bangs.
But that would just be like a girl who has like a little tiny, like that's what I
Micro
imagine.
bags.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I think
I know that there's not grease and wheels and stuff, but I mean, like, how do you fire particles at another particle? How do you get the beans to emit protons?
some kind of energy, man.
Yeah, it's like a weird. I think it often involves like a centrifuge where you just start, and it kind of is like at least this is how the proton beams kind of work. I have no idea how it works.
They fire them in opposite directions
like
to each other.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes it's like in a spiral formation. So they start and they just like gain momentum as they're going around and around and like getting bigger and bigger and bigger, like the radius.
They're firing on the same track, going towards each other, and they let them accelerate to the point that they're near the speed of, as close as, like, it's almost as they can get to the speed of light. And then the paths are offset just enough to eventually, right about the point where they get to the speed of light, their paths cross and they collide.
We don't know.
We don't know shit.
Anyone in the chat right now, there's a couple of you guys in the chat, and also you guys listening at home, you scientists listening at home, they're going, no.
I know.
Hey, email us, royalwecast@gmail.com. You guys in the chat, talk to us right now. How does it work?
We could have a follow-up next week with Chris. He's literally in a vault with a particle accelerator right now, and he could tell us next week.
They keep it in a vault, and he'll tell us next week how that goes.
Next week, yeah. It's in a vault because of all the radiation.
Yeah.
How have you never mentioned that your man is a science?
I don't
man
know.
is a science.
Man is a science.
Men are a science.
I don't know. It just never came up, but we could run that. We could run that by him next time.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I don't want an explanation of like, well, when you get the protons excited with a gamma radiation.
Well, that's what you're going to get.
That's not what I want. I want like an explain it like I'm 5, like the subreddit. Yeah. Like, okay, everything is made up of beans, and if you heat those beans up a lot,
put them in a Hot Wheels track. Grease it up.
Guys, what if I'm right? What if I crushed it? And he's like, yeah, it's basically like a big greasy tube with Hot Wheels wheels.
Yeah.
And Hot Wheels wheels and beans. It's disgusting.
Science is gross. That's the other side of science. It's all grease and beans.
All grease and beans. Science.
It's all grease and beans.
That's a t-shirt right there.
But you could swap that out for anything. Hobos. It's all grease and beans.
That's kind of right, though.
In the chat right now, the Hype Man Ever Living, which is a great moniker, I think. Mm-hmm. Hype Man Ever Living. He says he's a nuclear physicist of some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Jesus!
He operates. He makes sure aircraft carriers don't go boom. That's a gross oversimplification of what he does. Basically, based on the stories he's told me, all he does is take shits on aircraft carriers. I think that's what his job is.
Is his poop somehow integral to the plane staying in the air?
Well, Nate and I had like a mythos for a while that there was like, imagine there was some like crazy doomsday machine, right? Or there was some doomsday event that happens. Like maybe there was like a disease that's killing everyone. So some scientist creates this is a tangent off a tangent, but then some scientist creates a big machine, right? And it's going to put out a vapor that's going to like atomize in the atmosphere and cure everyone of this disease. But to make it work,
oh, I forgot about this, and I know where this is going. It's complete baloney.
To make it work, he had to find the one person who was immune to it, which happened to be me or Nate. And what we have to do is we have to sit on top of the machine and take shits into it, and it's gonna like atomize our shit and then vaporize it so everyone can breathe it in. So basically, we wrote a song, and actually, I didn't know how to sing on key or like to match notes or whatever. And him and my buddy were drunkenly teaching me, and we wrote a song called "Poopin' to Save the World." And him and I were going back and forth, going "Poopin' to save the world."
Right? No. Poopin' to save the world.
Poopin' to save the world.
No. Poopin' to save the world.
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 And this went on for a long until we realized, like, what the hell are we doing?
Wait, that's it? Are those the only lyrics?
No, we were trying.
No, there was a whole thing
There
about
was a whole thing, but we were trying to. I don't know. For some reason, we're real concerned about being on key singing that horse shit.
Well, there was the only line I remember is something about sticky as molasses us and everyone else too.
Yeah,
Which is a pretty good line.
Wow.
We sang it kind of like Sam Elliott. What was the point?
I have no clue.
I honestly, I got really afraid when you said vaporize. This is going to be like a weird tie-in to D&D Vapor.
D&D Vapor plugs.
I was like, oh man, throwing it back.
Are they still up? I'm going to type in D&D Vapor.
D&D Vapor plug.
Is their website still up? Because let's plug them. We'll plug them right now.
Yeah.
DndVapor.com. Guys,
Right.
listen. All right, listen. You guys at home. You guys in the chat. I want you all to go to DndVapor.com. That's DndVapor.com. Oh, I have to make sure that I'm 18 to enter the website.
Hey, they're responsible. I mean, look, this is a quality company. They're going to get you the fat vapes that you want.
The fattest dragon
The
vapes.
fattest of vapes. Yeah.
I can continue as Facebook.
Wonderizers.
Guys, their logo is a brilliant. It's two dragons vaping back to back with a
is there
shield
any-
in front, in the middle.
Who could ask for anything more?
This is what science does. You build particle accelerators. You're smashing particles into each other, and that creates the technology you need for dragons to smoke berry flavored liquids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need berry flavored liquids, you go to dndvape.com.
DndVapor.com.
D&D Vapor.
It's been a
If you
moment.
specifically need berry flavored vape liquid, they're not selling juice, just all berry flavored
They're
liquids.
all very specific. They're all very specific flavors, and some of them are just ideas. Like we got one berries and cream e-liquid. I know what that probably
What
tastes
do you
like.
mean ideas?
Let me explain.
You can't smoke an idea.
Hold on.
God damn it.
Berries
You
and
can't
cream.
sell an idea to smoke. You can't say, hey, I've got an idea. You want to breathe it in vapor form?
DndVapor.com can, man.
Man,
You can take an idea.
Is there anything they
Put it in a
cannot do?
tube.
They can take it and smoke it, you jube.
Give me your money, you rube.
You rube, there you go.
There you go. What's a jube?
I don't know. I don't know what a jube is. We've offended someone. But let me get to the point. These are the I don't know what a jube is.
Sorry.
We have to plug this company to get the podcast dollars.
Yeah, cool. Well, everybody should know we're not getting any money.
We never did.
And none of us
but
even
that-
vape.
No.
I will vape if they send us vape.
I'll
If I
vape
did.
an idea. I'll vape an idea.
Let me get to that point.
I want because I want to know what the
Yeah,
fuck. So
please.
what do you mean? Like you
Yeah,
vape
yeah.
it and you're like, oh shit, never thought of that.
No,
before.
no, let me get to the point. There's berries and cream e-liquid.
Yeah.
You can understand what that might taste like.
Yeah.
You've had
Sure.
berries and cream. Apple fritter e-liquid. You can idea what that might taste like.
Fritter?
Yeah.
Apple fritter, like
It's like
what's
a little
that?
fried apple dumpling with
Like
piece apple.
apple caramel.
Oh, it's a food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You never had a fritter?
I think. Okay. Yeah. My Brian. That's what I named my brain. just immediately thought of a little furry thing. Like I thought of critter. I thought of a critter.
So you guys can understand what that might taste like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
I know where this is going.
they have one called Ice Fire Elixir.
Exactly.
What
Okay.
the fuck is that?
That's an
mean?
idea. That's not a flavor. That's not a taste.
This is like we're talking about like how candle companies will have one that's like, you know, summer rain. You're like, okay, you can kind of get like a meadow after it rains or something like something. I don't know. Or the one that's just like, but then there's one that's like comet whispers, and you're like, what the
Manland.
Manland.
That was real because I worked at the Yankee Candle corporate headquarters, and they
There's
were
a
putting out-
Yankee Candle named Manland?
Yeah, this is when they were putting out their line of mandals, aka man candles, and one of them was just called Manland. I don't know what Manland smells like.
marketing.
I don't want to smoke Manland.
No, definitely shouldn't smoke it. I don't know what it's.
Don't vape. Guys, this website's great. At the bottom, they have like a little like notification. Anytime someone buys something, that is not actually happening. There's a little notification at the bottom of this website that says like, next someone comes up, I'll read it live.
Oh,
There's like a little window that says
like a live
just
update.
bought. Yeah, John from.
yeah, it says Robert from Biglerville, Pennsylvania just brought analog e-liquid.
Biglerville?
analog.
Analog e-liquid must be like tobacco.
Okay.
I didn't understand half of that sentence.
No.
Timothy from Glen Rock, Pennsylvania just bought Crunchy Berries e-liquid.
Crunchy berries.
Guys, it's just
Is that like
That's an idea.
Like a cranberry? And who eats fucking raw cranberries?
Listen, let's stop talking about how much bullshit this company is and let's start talking about how valuable their product is.
that's right. That's where we
my
started. These guys are great.
Guys,
Recant.
I dream of living in a world where I could vape comfortably, but I can't. And I
It
only
makes you
imagine.
uncomfortable?
I have breathing problems. You can hear it in my voice. I'm really
That's
congested.
true.
But you know what, guys?
This just in. Edwin from Norfolk, Virginia just bought Peppermint Chill.
I envy what's his name?
Edwin.
Edwin, if only one day I could live a life as rich as yours. One day. D&D vapor.
There's no way. There's people constantly. Joanna just bought some from Texas. Did this company get super popular?
They're flying off the shelves.
Timothy just bought some strawberry liquid.
My God.
But I've seen those on other sites and stuff before where it'll pop up and say,
But, I mean, I've seen that too. But this is a respectable company of a.
they're selling Manscaped liquid, Manscaped clouds of manscaping. Or what was it called?
Manland?
Manland? Are they Manland?
Oh, Taylor made that shit up.
No, I didn't make it up. No, it's
Yankee
real.
Candle. Yankee Candle.
Yeah, it was a
I got
Yankee
'em running.
candle scent.
Oh, I really thought you did make that.
Fucking Manscaped. So is it the smell of a man shaving?
Okay, guys, here, let's go. ddvapor.com. We're going to browse these flavors. You ready? We got, I'll find banana candy, e-liquid. That's oddly specific.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I was like, oh, these are all just fruits. This isn't going to be funny. Item number 7 is basilisk scales.
Like the lizard?
Is it
Like
a basilisk
the mythical
one
beast that turns people to stones.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, or the fucking lizard that walks on water. Either way.
Yeah.
It goes apple fritter, banana candy, banana fritter, bananas foster, basilisk scales, berries and cream, black cherry.
I like to think that's like an intern at D&D who like just really quick was like trying to fucking get his own shit out, like his ideas really quick was just basilisk scales, and then like, oh, yep, everything's out. Yeah, we got cherry. It's really popular this season. Got it.
Well, it's like a bunch of fruit stuff, and then every now and then it's like some sort of mythical beast.
I don't
Like it's like, here we go. It's like peaches and cream, peppermint chill, pina colada, pink lemonade, potion of frosty fruit, soft caramel e-liquid, strawberry.
And like at that point, why does it have to be a potion of frosty fruit? Why can't it just be frosty fruit?
Guys, this website apparently listen, everyone listening. This product is flying off the shelves. Robert from Manisville just bought some banana fritter e-liquid. Jennifer from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania just bought dragon's blood e-liquid. This is flying off the shelves. You guys have to go to dndvapor.com right now and place your order.
Invest in D&D Vapor plug. D&D Vapor, no plug.
dndvaporplugs.com.
D&D. Smoke it. Yep. Get you some Medusa whispers.
I wish we should build up another better relationship with these people so they'd let us name. Like, I want a royal weed flavor e-liquid.
Dude, honestly, do they know that you've ever plugged them? Because maybe they will.
They might know that we were doing it before. They don't know that this is happening. No one knows that this is
Granted, every time you guys have plugged them, it started off really positive and then devolved into like D&D vapor. If you don't want to give yourself cancer directly, instead you can smoke these weird things.
In the chat, someone just says, "This is why you guys aren't affiliated anymore."
That's exactly why. Yeah, we don't keep it very concise. I feel like those people are like, we're going to, like when you watch like the Home Shopping Network and there's people on there and they have to stay on for an hour just like
talking about the
meandering around and doing it. And
somebody's
you can tell it's just
drunk.
Their soul's in Cambodia and it's not in them anymore. You can see it in their eyes.
Yeah, that's true.
And you put the carrots in here, and God kill me.
Let me just put it this way: there are 5 people in the chat right now.
Nah.
That's a commercial. That's 5 people who heard about D&D Vapor who wouldn't have heard about it previous.
It's true.
That's true.
It's true. And I mean, somebody's got to be vaping in that group.
I'm going to burst off on a tangent real quick because I thought this a minute ago when we were talking about science being up to no good again.
Yeah.
Oh, how unusual for this podcast. But please go ahead.
Well, basically, we accuse science of being up to no good, and it's just because we don't have any idea, we don't understand, and we're like, "Brr." Well, apparently they put braces on a fish.
Who? Oh,
Science.
who took the
Science is
time?
up to no fucking good.
Ichthyologist.
But fish don't have
fish
teeth. Well, okay, they do. Fish don't have teeth that are like
some fish-
crooked.
This one didn't. This was a goldfish. A goldfish doesn't even remember if it had teeth or not. And they put braces. Yeah, they put braces on the fish. I don't have the article. I read that a long time ago, and I just thought of it a minute ago.
But why do they?
Why? Yeah.
So many questions.
Yeah, why is the big question?
Like of all the creatures, a fish? Like I think honestly, I think it's because people can get away with more experimenting on fish.
Did it have a jacked up jaw or something? Yeah, they like 3D printed.
Oh, I'm sure that fish was so grateful.
Yeah, which doesn't a goldfish not have much of a memory, or is that just a rumor? Is that just a
No, I think
that's a bad rumor. That's a bad rap the goldfish has got.
That's slanderous to the goldfish community.
I'm gonna say something that maybe be kind of controversial.
Oh Jesus!
I don't have a very okay. If you have an elephant that doesn't have a leg, okay,
All right.
so you give it a prosthetic. You spend man hours crafting prosthetics, making it comfortable for the elephant, making sure it can support the weight of the elephant, training the elephant to wear it. Okay, elephants can live to be like 80 years.
And they're smart.
And they're endangered. Yeah.
Sure. You do that with a fucking dog. Like you give a dog a prosthetic leg. Like it's like I feel like that's a waste of time, money, prosthetics.
No, I kind of get you. I'm like, I love animals. I literally haven't not had a pet like since I was born. I don't think I could justify spending all of my money like to do something like that on a pet.
Like a robot leg for your cat.
Right.
Yeah.
If you give a cat a robot leg, that's one step closer to eating you in your sleep. All you're doing is empowering that cat's natural. I like cats, but their natural instinct is to eat you.
Do you think if you started if you just started manipulating? Here's a thought.
Mm-hmm.
If you give a dog a robot leg, it starts walking around and understands it can walk around with it. Now, what if you start like adding stuff to dogs that they didn't have before?
If you think they could figure it out,
like hands.
You mean like a laser beam?
You both went. Taylor.
Like arms and hands.
It's just a dog with 2 arms. Like, hey, come here, man.
It would if you gave dog arms.
If you gave dog arms.
If you gave dog arms. If you gave dog arm, all it would do was. All it would do is lay.
It gives good dog arm, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh no! It's a dog arm. Give him good dog arm to Manland. She heard Billy from Kansas had good Manland going on, so she gave him a bit of the dog arm. If you gave a dog arms, all it would do is lay on the one spot and pet itself.
Also, I'm imagining this is just like an offshoot of the if you give a mouse a cookie, if you give a dog arms.
What do you mean if you give a mouse a cookie? What will a mouse do with a cookie?
It'll ask for a glass of milk.
You've never heard of that book?
A mouse isn't asking for cookies, and it's definitely not asking for milk.
People in the chat are freaking out because the name of the candle isn't Manland, it's Mantown. They're like, fuck you guys, it's Mantown, get it right.
I'm
Mantown,
sorry. Sorry.
Manland is a way better name.
You think somebody whose last name was Man? Is there a town in the nation called Manland? Mantown?
But listen, it's a Manland candle. Manland candle. Manland candle. The candle doesn't work so well, but a mandel. Why is it called mandel?
So Frank Mann from Manland just bought Manland.
He bought
candle. Okay, if you give a dog, no, if you gave a dog something that it didn't have before that was dangerous, it would just come between wagging its tail that you replaced with a scorpion's tail, and it would just start sticking. You'd be like, no, you're killing me, and it wouldn't even know what it was doing.
No, it's like a dog with arms would be dangerous because it's like stupid. A cat with arms would be dangerous because it would just straight up slit your throat.
A cat would figure out how to use it for evil. It would like pull your chair out from under you when you went to sit down. Just prankster cat.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I know my cat would just be.
I don't know what I meant. I don't know what I meant by make it better. Like make it taller, make it man shaped, give it
taller and man shaped. How do you make a dog man shaped?
Like put it in a suit of armor, give it a computer. I don't know what I mean.
Oh my God! So you take a dog, you give it hands, a laser beam, you make it man-sized, put it in a suit of armor, and give it a suit of armor and a computer.
What's great is you do nothing to increase the intelligence of the animal. You just give it extra stuff it has to deal with in its day.
You would just be like, I saw this strange, lonely monster wandering the hillsides. It was just walking around petting itself.
It had a computer for some reason.
Googling dog biscuits. Like it didn't know what it was doing.
Googling dog biscuits.
It was in an old, I about to say old-timey suit of armor.
It wouldn't be old-timey.
It wouldn't be old. It's kind of old-timey. Medieval times that's old-timey as hell.
I guess I don't know what I mean. I mean, like, if you start giving it
suits of armor.
Because, like, you can replace parts of animals with machinery. Mm-hmm. What if you increase animals with parts of machinery?
Like make a giraffe's neck even longer with technology?
Yeah. Or give a hamster wings.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, they would be finding the bug zappers and stuff all the time.
I don't think...
You'd be like, what the... Oh,
I guess you're right that, like, generation 1 would have a lot of shit to figure out. But, like, once that one has babies, it could be like, listen, hey, don't touch blue lights. And
for some reason, we have wings now. Okay. And we've been trying to figure this shit out. So here are the 3 things not to do. Have hamsters whizzing in the cars.
I don't imagine that you're just going to do this and then let them out. And also, you're giving them machines. It's not like I guess that doesn't make sense, generation 2, because a hamster, you put robot wings on, has babies, and it has robot wings too. That's not really...
Oh, yeah, I was like, they can't be robot wings.
I thought we were genetically modifying them, giving them like bat wings or...
Oh, no, because I mean, if it was... No, mine was all machinery. Like, it's a bunch of Iron Man hamsters running around. No, that's my thought process, because if it was genetically, if it came out of it as a baby and it just had wings, it would never know any different. But if I took a dog who lived its whole life, a 5-year-old dog, it's just a dog.
Gave it a laptop and a man shape.
Yeah.
But then I take that dog's head off.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Wait. You're getting old, buddy. Time to lop that thing off.
Listen, and I take it and I replace a shark's brain with that dog's brain.
Well, what body are you going to give this thing? It's just a head? It's a dog head with a shark brain and no body? This is the epitome of mad science, man. So, okay, here's what we're going to do for science.
That sounds like one of those has science gone too far pictures on the internet.
Yes, it has gone too far. So here's a dog that thinks it's a shark with no body. It's just a head sitting on the ground thinking, what the fuck has happened? Because this shark is thinking, this is completely alien to me. I've always wanted to show a lobster to a cow. You know what I mean? Just to see what would happen. Just introduce them to each other off the plate. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you're talking about switching their fucking brains.
I don't know why we're severing dog heads and putting shark brains inside. I don't know why that's what I came up with.
Like, here's the thing. Take the dog's head off. Put in the shark brain. Okay. All right. Where do we go from there?
See what happens.
Also, why do we have to take its fucking head off to put in a shark brain?
Get two of them.
You gotta shove it up. You gotta take the head off and then shove the brain in there.
Shove it up the fucking throat. Just into the
shove it in the back of the head and then you sew the head back on.
We have to go to Hong Kong.
Yeah, we've got to leave.
We have to leave. We have to get on an airplane.
Go to China.
We have to go to China real quick, guys.
Gotta go to China. Gotta go to school. I gotta learn karate. I gotta go to China. I gotta go to learn karate.
I gotta go to Hong Kong. I gotta eat wheels of cheese. I'm gonna totally sweep the leg of some cheese.
Sweep the leg. Oh, that got me. Okay. But seriously, we do have to leave. We have to, because we don't even know how we're getting there yet. We haven't figured anything out.
Oh my God. All right. Well, let's on that note.
Okay, guys, dmdvapor.com. Thank you to Kishi Bashi for letting us use the song intro /pathos from his album
151A.
Oh, nailed it.
Bam. We're back, baby.
We're back, bitches.
Yeah, and thanks for everybody who showed up in the chat.
Sorry for the accidental racism and having no idea how science works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys got to
We
go.
have to go. We have to go to Hong Kong.
Gotta go.
We gotta go to China. We gotta go.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
See you later.